Thanks for joining us. I'm Randall Bennett. Blockbuster isn't a name that exactly strikes progress. There's been a lot of setbacks for Blockbuster, especially with competitor Netflix coming out of the gate and not only outpacing it in mail-in rentals, but also outpacing it in digital downloads. Now Blockbuster has partnered with TiVo, a company that Netflix had previously partnered with, and they're trying to make an effort to get at least into the digital download game after their box failed. Let's talk to Dan Fromer about this Blockbuster situation. Dan works at Silicon Alley Insider. Dan, you wrote up a lengthy piece on this today. What do you think of this Blockbuster, quote, nonsense?
Well, you know what? Any deal is a good deal for Blockbuster right now. They certainly need all the help they can get. They're way behind Apple and Amazon and Netflix in terms of internet streaming. Of course, the good news is that that's a very small business right now, and you know, anyone can be the winner right now. Personally, I think the cable companies are going to be the winner. But at any rate, getting back to the TiVo stuff, you know, not a bad deal, but it's not going to be huge for them either.
Do you think that it's kind of a Me Too move, especially since Netflix had already, is previously on the TiVo? Do you think Blockbuster's still kind of finding their footing in the digital download race?
You know, maybe in the sense that Netflix is there already, it's a Me Too deal. Amazon's been there for almost 2 years now. But, so what? Who cares? It's not Netflix. Is the vast majority of Netflix's business right now is based on DVD rentals in the mail. Apple's business is based on selling iPods and iPhones and Macs, and Amazon still does the vast majority of its business selling books and other stuff online. Digital streaming is nothing for any of these businesses. So basically, Blockbuster needs to do what Amazon has done and what Netflix is doing to get in as many places as possible. So, if this is a Me Too deal, expect more Me Too deals. Expect to see, expect to see Blockbuster maybe on the Xbox someday, where Netflix is now, or on TV sets, or on maybe even on that $99 Roku box.
Yeah. What do you think about TiVo? I mean, TiVo is something that it's been around. I guess we're coming up on the better part of a decade.
Yeah.
TiVo's been on the death watch for years. People have been saying that the DVR business is not going to grow with TiVo. TiVo invented it maybe TiVo and Replay invented it, but that TiVo can't keep it up because ultimately cable companies can just swoop in and just do their own thing. Does this affect TiVo at all, do you think, or is this more just meh, whatever?
So part of the deal is that Blockbuster will promote TiVos in their store, which might sell a few more TiVos, but it's not going to fix TiVo's problems. TiVo and Palm were in a similar situation in that they kind of were the first ones to really do their thing, Palm with the smartphone and TiVo with the DVR, and since then have been kind of commoditized. Many more people in the United States get DVR as a service from their cable company than they do from TiVo. And I talked to TiVo today, and they said basically 800,000 people have TiVos with an internet connection that will be able to do this Blockbuster thing. So, that's not that many people. What is it, a third of cable subscribers have DVRs. That's like almost 20 million people. So the numbers are really staggering there.
Yeah.
And that tells you that, yes, it's a nice headline, and Blockbuster's stock got a nice boost from today's announcement, but it's really not that big of a deal.
Yeah. I think also with this, it's important to think that, TiVo is this bleeding edge company, quote unquote, where they, create DVRs. Do you think that TiVo will kind of back away from the DVR concept and kind of play this role that Roku and Microsoft have been playing and, kind of be this video from the internet to your TV distributor?
That's a good question. TiVo obviously wants to sell a lot of boxes, but a big part of their business is the service, which is the DVR. But they're also doing other things like trying to be a premium DVR service via Comcast. And they're also trying to do other stuff like sell analytics to media companies. So who knows? There's a lot of stuff coming up, like True Two-Way is a technology that cable companies are going to start using that'll let someone like TiVo not only be your DVR, but also be your cable set-top box. And that's where TiVo might have a consumer play in the future. But I don't know what's going on with TiVo. Who knows what's going to happen with them?
Yeah, I mean, I hope they stick around. This economy's bad enough without a few more tech heavyweights going down.
Yep.
Dan, thanks so much for joining us. SiliconAlleyInsider.com. Anywhere else anyone can catch you?
That's it for now.
That's the best place to go, SiliconAlleyInsider.com. I'm Randall Bennett for TechV, and we'll see you next time on the show. Later.